There was a lot of new construction going on in Indianapolis in the early 90s. And one of the builders had a guaranteed buyout program. And my job as the agent was to go out on the appointment, tour their house, and the second appointment I would come back and sit down with the clients along with a builder representative, and I would tell them what their house would sell for, and the builder would tell them what they would buy it from them for if their new house was done and their old one hadn't sold. And the first 3 appointments I went on, I didn't get the listings because nobody agreed with my price. They thought that I was undervaluing their home, and in fact, the third person reamed me. She told me basically, I have a new roof, and I just wallpapered my kitchen, and my house is worth at least $10,000 more than those other homes. And this was a $140,000 house. There was no way but that it was worth that much more, but I couldn't get her off center. She was absolutely married to that was the price. And she said, in fact, I don't think you know what you're doing. And when I left, the builder turned to me and goes, Beverly, that's 3 builds that we've missed because they are so tied to their price and their emotions. Unless you can find a way to get them off center of what they think their house is worth and present them with facts so that their emotions aren't in the equation anymore, we can't use you. And that was a lot of business that I would potentially be walking away from. So it was then that I went back to my background, which is academia, and I researched. And I looked at the appraisal process. I looked at the cost comparison approach process. I read every book and I started calling appraisers. I interviewed appraisers. I interviewed other mega agents. And I became a student, is really what happened. The industry standard, at least from what I've been taught, is that you look at comparable sales. And that's how you determine what projected sales price is going to be, is you look at how the market has behaved in the past, and preferably the last 12 months or less. And that's a good way to do it. But the problem is that most realtors put down 3 MLS sheets. And they say, this house has this, and this house has this, and this house has this. They're similar and like your house, and so I kind of pick a number out of the air and think, your house is worth X amount. The other thing that realtors will often do is they'll look at price per square foot. And I think that's very inaccurate. I really do, because I literally have houses side by side, and one of them has a gutted kitchen, all new cabinets, countertops, appliances, and a new roof, next door to the one that hasn't had any upgrades since 1985. And price per square foot doesn't take any account in for that. And you know what? Those improvements matter to buyers. And I realized that when sellers started complaining and pushing back that my house is worth more, when they've spent that kind of money, it is worth more. I came up with, I call it industry metrics of what I think these values are worth given in certain price points. Because a bedroom in a $200,000 house is worth far less than a $500,000 house. So there are adjustments within certain price points. But what happened was I found out I started getting really good at listings where I didn't take hardly any of them. Now I was taking every one I went on. And you know, I got to the point where I didn't work on weekends. I worked 2 nights a week, and I was the listing queen.